Look at you,
You've
Diaz.
forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Oh. Oh.
Set to stun.
Oh.
You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
You already broke his arm.
Problem
What more do you
solved.
want to
Argue
do?
on the
I
way.
want to
You're on the
eliminate
same
them.
side.
And I did that for you.
You two forget you're on the same side? Come on! Now let's move it.
Boy, Diaz. Started a boy, and now he's a man.
You ever done something like this before?
Close quarters combat? Infiltrating an enemy stronghold?
Something like that.
I once spent 6 days crawling through sewers during the siege of Tofar Ket to retake the citadel there. That's just one of many campaigns
Guys, on
I've
our
served
side,
in.
this is different. That sounds
My
good.
dress uniform is well decorated.
I'm glad we're here with you. We need your kind of experience.
I should say you do. And I'll be glad to have Lieutenant Itasca with us. She
turned-
fought shoulder to shoulder with me in that siege.
She definitely
So
turned.
you're pretty close, huh?
She's like a daughter to me.
Not anymore.
She's saved my life more than once. She's more than just a comrade in
Soldier,
arms.
don't get your hopes up. Yeah.
She might already be lost. Dead or a Takan. You need to be prepared for that.
I am. I know that kind of loss all too well.
Do you?
But once we have my comrades, proper soldiers, we'll be able to retake the bridge. Then, our fleets will catch up to us.
I don't know about all that.
TP is just down that corridor.
Is this the artillery platform?
This is the power distribution for the forward armament cluster.
They're not even here. Oh, never mind.
There was combat here. Disruptor burns on the walls.
It'll be hard to cross.
Signs of a
Concrete
grenade
nearby.
detonation.
There has to be another way.
If there was a fight, the Takan might still be nearby.
Maybe my people killed them.
Or they could be waiting for us.
Facts.
And
The
that's
ambush.
a problem for when we meet them.
The distribution conduits have been knocked loose. The currents in those lines would be lethal. Is there any way to power those down?
Each circuit has a control panel that regulates power to the magnetobanks.
Magneto.
Track connections between the power lines and the control panels. I should be able to clear a safe path to your crew.
We'll get the door open here.
It's heavy.
Iron consoles to deactivate electricity. I just back where I was. Oh, guess not. Why is that ladder full of electricity? Oh, almost got a headshot there.
You! Federation, you made it.
Who let you out?
Barely. There's a lot of collateral damage out here.
They'd backed us into a corner.
We did that to drive them out. Put some space between us and the enemy. They're here. Get down!
Don't
I
trust
think
none
they've
of
given up
y'all.
on capture.
This is all a ruse.
We'll never make it if we go back that way. You, give me a hand with this!
Push!
Go!
Imagine
go!
that shit just falls on somebody.
Behind us!
Oh! Alright, your eyes went too wide for that, bro. Objects with... Oh, now they don't want to go down in one shot? That's crazy. Bro, who is hitting me?
Destroy them!
No, Federation! You take the lead. We'll keep them busy.
Fall back! Hold them back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
Come on, hurry!
I'm trying, bro.
No!
The look on their faces is crazy, bro. Like, they're about to get,
Can't just
like,
run in there.
Must live to fight.
jail raped or some shit.
What?
We let the enemy take them. Hadri and Private Turo.
They weren't the only ones. But if we hadn't, it would have been all of us. I'll have to live with that, and I'll answer for it when I die. It's not the Illidian way to leave one of our own behind.
Had to do it. Know
It's
what
a
it's
sin
like. We keep
to
fighting.
do so.
We're not gonna die. Not if I have anything to say about it.
It's more important that we win. When we were in there, trapped, we agreed that we had to live to fight. Hadri agreed. We said if one of us was taken, the others wouldn't stop. We'd keep going, make our way to the bridge. They died so we could fight on.
The Takan don't want them dead.
They want to steal their bodies. And steal their minds.
The Takan knows everything the host knows.
That means they know our plan. They know we're heading to the bridge.
Dun dun dun. Look at them all chilling shit.
Tylus, you should be in sickbay.
I'll finish this.
What if she's one of the Takan?
I couldn't just lie there knowing the entire fate of Hotari hangs in the balance.
She an
How'd it
undercover
go?
op. It was rough.
You
It
look
was
exhausted.
I'll be honest. It was a total disaster.
That can't be true. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Elydians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
There is a deal. It's not real. They're all Takan.
I'm afraid the truth is far worse than that.
There's no deal.
No. They're all Takan now. The Hotari, the Elydians, everyone.
No. That can't be true.
I'm sorry.
Where will I go? I can't go back. I don't have a home anymore.
Safe for us. Don't worry about that now.
Everything
Hotari's
I've
not
ever
lost.
known is gone.
Hotari isn't lost yet. This is far from over. It will be your home again, I promise.
Thank you.
Honestly, why isn't she the
Federation's
captain of the ship? I don't understand why the writers couldn't just make that a thing.
alert.
Mustache is just
Commander Rydick,
useless.
we need you on the bridge immediately.
She has more lines. She does more things. He's just a guy with a mustache.
Commander,
Oh,
Good
look.
to have you back. You didn't opt for the ocular implants.
Maybe someday.
See?
The visor was the best the doc could do on short notice.
You don't look so bad.
We've got an Elydian ship, the Veskar,
You're
rapidly
just a little
bearing
Freddy
down on
Krueger
our
in the face.
position.
Or what was the Veskar? Now I'm not so sure.
Bring it up on the view screen.
600 kilometers in closing. Still coming straight for us.
Oh, those damn crystals.
Commander?
Have you tried healing them? Should we put our shields up? Should we engage first?
Have you tried hailing them?
Try it.
Hailing the Elydian ship now. No response.
400 kilometers in closing.
Shields up. Ready phasers.
Shields up. Phasers ready. Incoming.
She's still pretty.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Heavy damage. But deflectors still at full power?
That bypassed our shields entirely.
That's impossible.
Her
God
hands,
damn it,
though.
return fire. Everything we've got. Rydick, modulate the shield frequencies. See if you can get us any cover.
Commander,
I've got this. Just keep firing.
Randomize shield frequency, modulate shield.
Shields still have no effect.
That doesn't make sense.
I'll try another.
Invert shield polarity, modulate shield.
There!
We've got incoming. How do they keep matching our shield frequency?
They couldn't. Unless... They've compromised our shield algorithms. They can bypass our shields at will.
What?
Ow.
Captain!
He's out cold.
From falling out of his chair, bro. Yo, why put this man in the game?
Why'd they stop?
Damage report.
Running on emergency power. Major hull damage on decks 4 through 7. Warp core is stable and intact.
We're completely vulnerable.
Commander, we're being held by the Veskar. It's Galvin.
On screen.
Commander Rydick, where's your captain? Not dead, I hope. At least, not yet.
You're dealing with me.
You're dealing with me.
I'm the captain now.
Is that a problem?
One inferior life form is as good as another.
That's crazy.
I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would. But make no mistake, your shields are useless, your weapons ineffective. And there's nothing you can do. I could destroy you at any moment. But I'd rather hear your pleas for mercy first. Your existence
Do your worst.
is
Right,
entirely in my hands.
Worth more to you alive.
I'm not in a forgiving mood.
Do your worst.
If you want to destroy us, then I invite you to do your worst. We'd rather die with honor than beg for your mercy.
You may just get your wish. I've been thinking about what you said, Commander. I don't think you'll find my threats so empty now.
The Veskar's weapons are powering up.
Shit.
But I don't have to needlessly slaughter you.
All that posturing for what?
So I've decided to let you live.
Why?
Despite your insolence. Tell your
Thank you
Federation
for sparing
that
us. This
Cajones are
isn't
as
over.
merciful as they are
You'll
powerful.
regret this.
That you were fortunate to escape with your lives.
And one day you'll be the one begging us for mercy.
I doubt that.
These Takan got their heads up their asses, huh?
I've lost their signal.
Can you track their warp signature?
Nothing. It's untraceable, just like before.
Notify Ambassador Spock. I want everyone in the briefing room to discuss our options.
What's the status of the repairs?
Oh, look who's
Hull bridge
awake.
should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power is at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Still no luck tracking Galvin's warp signature. They've all but disappeared.
Keep trying. Finding that son of a bitch is the best shot we've got.
Commander Rydick, you had the con after the ship was attacked. What is your assessment? Given our current situation,
Match. We need more knowledge.
the
We need
losses we have
reinforcements.
suffered.
I think reinforcements is not a bad idea.
I'd rather not fight this alone. We need to call for reinforcements.
In that case, we might have an option. Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. If anyone could find Galvin, it would be him.
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
Right.
But there's only one way to find out.
Wouldn't we need to secure authorization
Gotta
from
pop
the
out and show
Federation
him.
Council to contact him?
The nearest Federation outpost is Andoria. I can travel there by shuttle and inform them personally of the threat from the Takan. Meanwhile, the Resolute can travel to the Delphi Ardu system in search of Portal 6-3.
I still have my doubts.
I do not. Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area and with Portal 6-3. His guidance will prove invaluable and should alleviate your concerns.
Delphi Ardu 4 is a restricted zone for good reason. For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention the high likelihood Portal 6-3's allegiance will be with the Takan. It's just too much of a risk.
Maybe we could reason with him.
Waste of
Only way to
time.
find
Time
him.
we can't afford to
Do
lose.
nothing.
What do we do instead? Let them get away? We have no other leads.
Well,
Every second we don't act, Galvin and our chances of stopping the Takan get farther and farther away.
I am inclined to agree with Commander Rydick. Her logic is sound.
Oh.
This portal may have knowledge that proves to be invaluable, including information on the nature of the Cartabula. We must act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will
We're
speak
gonna get
with
see
the council.
Riker.
They need to understand the magnitude of the situation. I can leave for Andoria immediately. I
We
wish
get
you
Riker
luck
and Spock in one game.
Portal 6-3.
Crazy.
The very future of the Federation may rest in your hands.
May rest in peace.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship, so we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, They know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for...
That?
Now what? We need that door sealed.
We can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. You should be able to patch into the local systems.
We'll be shot getting there.
I'll cover you. On my signal. Now!
Cover and move.
Damn!
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity inside the bridge, that'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the ceiling.
He'll never see it coming.
Itasca, get ready to charge.
Charge?
Reversing gravity polarity. Now!
Oh.
Amazing.
Close it!
How do we get them down?
We don't.
What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot him?
I haven't decided yet.
It's not just up to
They could be
you.
useful. We don't kill
I'm the
prisoners.
ranking officer.
And we're
Damn,
not
savage.
your army.
They could be useful. How? We don't kill prisoners.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
It's not a damn luxury.
He has a point, though.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watch on them.
As will I.
He also has a good point.
Can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Stop calling me
The
petty.
rest of the Takan could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place.
We know what happens to people that state the obvious. They get burned.
Huh.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
No.
Not sure.
I know how it works. You gotta be Takan to use it, because it uses the crystal thingy that's inside you, that's bioforming you. See, I'd be smart. I'd be smart.
Everything under control?
Yes, these Takan haven't made a move. Yet.
And what you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do. But it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
Any trouble?
Don't worry about me. Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners. But I'll make sure he doesn't. Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
How you gonna do that?
I'm here if you need a hand.
Just hurry up and figure out this bridge. That's the best way to help.
I mean, I can help you. I did take out like 20 of them. Solo. Just saying. King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute can't catch up to us, we're in a whole different kind of trouble. It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good.
There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not Lydian programming.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
Defending it? By choking on whatever the fuck that was?
Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of.
It's the crystals,
What
y'all.
are the engines doing to produce this kind of speed?
This console looks unaffected. Engines are redline, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
The reactor output matches the high speed, doesn't it?
Whether it's these crystals or the power from the Cartabula, the Takan have found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first.
We just do our part.
I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
So what is their end game? They've transformed individuals, they've transformed this ship, in a way. How far will they go?
As far as we let them. Their technology certainly doesn't seem to have limits.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power. Crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try.
What about your access code? Don't blast the crystals away.
So how did the Takan use this tech?
By touching it. It's in their DNA.
It's beyond me. What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
Time to interrogate.
That's everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Takan talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Oh, shit.
That's not how we do this.
That is enough from you.
Oh.
I thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power.
I told you, you have to touch it if
Until
it's
he
a
touched
con.
it. The weapons must be biocoded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control
control the ship with a disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Ooh. Okay, Diaz. My boy grew some cojones. All it took was an away mission.
Let's talk.
And to mess with his bae. Number one. Riker!
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well.
How is that possible from one ship?
Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much
Leaves
worse
us
than it
defenseless.
already
We can
was.
change the algorithms. Yeah.
At the risk of stating the obvious, wouldn't changing the algorithms solve the problem?
Yeah, I wish it was that simple. Unfortunately, it's an encrypted code that would take weeks to change, if not longer.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's
Number
not mention
one.
any of this shield business to Riker just yet.
We
Put him
have
through.
to, bro.
Captain
Oh, we get a
Riker,
hologram?
This is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
The beard.
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost?
To the people.
To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh,
Crew.
this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every
It's all
situation
three.
is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive. Or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry.
Stand my ground. I don't want to defend him. Stand my ground.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good, but that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels
You know
his
that's
time is
on the
being
back. We need more
I
options.
suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Takan have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downloaded the entirety of the ship's computer. So I'd expect the same when you get there.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me. This isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here.
We know what
Now's
we're doing.
not the time to
Risk
hesitate.
our business.
I need to know you're up to this.
Yeah, were you?
Were you equipped to meet Portal 6-3 all those years ago?
I'm here, aren't I?
Yes, you are. And we have the benefit of your experience on our side.
Fair enough. There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi-Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route.
Don't plan on failing. Just
Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Thank you for your support, Captain Riker.
I wish I could be there myself. But my first officer would probably see to it that I stay on the bridge while they get all the excitement on the away mission. The burdens of command. Rest
Okay,
assured,
maybe that's why
the Federation is taking this threat
they
very
put us
seriously.
as number one instead of
You won't
captain.
be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach. Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it?
Why don't you want to tell them?
Ambassador Spock suggested it was something
Shield
more
data,
serious.
sift through,
Which is why I'm
have it under
asking.
control. We should tell them, bro. They need to be prepared just in case.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
It's not
This is
unnecessary,
as real
bro.
as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end.
Man, just too concerned
I really
about
do
saving
hope
his
you get
job instead of helping
463
the
and
fleet.
find those Takan before this gets out of control. Riker out.
I'm sorry, bro, but
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps. I thought we had an understanding.
someone has to tell Starfleet.
Now all of Starfleet will hear about this.
Considering this is new information Ambassador Spock doesn't have yet, I figured Captain Riker would be the closest to communicate directly with Starfleet Command.
Now the cat's out of the bag. I have to think about the damage control of it all.
Bro,
You're
you worried about
dismissed.
the wrong things. Yo, this man better die before the end of the game. Swear to God. Him and his mustache get burnt.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team. We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. If he's not an asset, he's an enemy. So be ready for anything. Prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of the lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was
I like
born
the better
600
score. Don't you want to
1,000
live?
years
Are you the
ago.
sign of the flame?
But a new age dawns today.
Are you the scion of the flame?
My name is Zan Utlosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. And we are all scions of the flame. Every one of us who have traveled across the bridge of time to be here for the Great Awakening. We have all sworn ourselves to the cause.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission, and the Cartabula produced produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
Aphelion?
The Aphelion?
Only then will you understand the might
What is
of the
Aphelion?
Tikan Empire.
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
Anything we want.
Come on! This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
Something tell me that they're zealots and Portal 6-3 is not going to be okay with them.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will know. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then, they will come here. For you. This is a dead end.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Not if they're just going to start it again.
So you believe him?
I'm not sure.
Why would you tell us all this?
I tell you, because I value my own life. When my fellow Scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle once. You've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. It just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We hurt him, he'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
Fuck it. Diaz got some cojones now.
I get the impression you know how to make people talk. Think you can break his arm?
No, don't!
Oh!
What the hell, Carter? We don't torture people. Did you forget what uniform you're wearing? What it stands for? This isn't like you.
He'll live.
He'll live. Isn't that what you want?
Don't you twist my words like that.
I have only just begun.
Stop, please! Wait! The warp cores. Our technology is amplifying the ship's output, and it still relies on the warp cores to provide plasma to the engines. Disable those, and the ship grinds to a halt.
Sabotage.
This displays for all life forms on the ship. This is where the infiltrators are. The central artery of ship systems. Sensors, propulsion, weapons. And this is engineering.
It's deserted.
If I can get us there, can you cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask. But I'm coming around to it.
Usually I fix things. You just get us there.
You just worry about getting us there. I'll handle the rest.
It's a completely different
This plan
Diaz.
of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire. Dun dun dun
So,
dun
Carter,
dun
you didn't
dun
beat that
dun.
after all.
Uh-oh.
I thought you'd escaped when we boarded. I had almost hoped you'd made it off. And Millie's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together.
Going from residence check to being a badass.
Believe me, I don't want to be here either. Looks like neither of us get our way.
Oh,
Carter,
that wasn't as badass as I thought
I
it would
am
be.
going to get my way. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. But the Tikan Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, We
You
have
don't
the
know
power to
me.
move stars.
Are the Federation?
Carter,
Let us help
you
you.
have a thirst for discovery. And a part of
You
would
don't
remain
know
to
me.
experience the things I can show you. But if you try to fight it,
You have Miranda's voice, but you're not her. And you don't know me.
of course I do. I remember, well, I remember everything.
Now she's trying to raise me up.
I remember us. So I'll just explain the reality of what you're up against. Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this.
No, you don't.
Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others, too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
There's no compromise here. What's the plan? I'll negotiate with Miranda. Nah. There is no compromise here.
You think there's some sort of compromise to be had here? After all you've done? The only end of this is when you surrender.
After all we've done, you can't think we'd give up now. We can continue this conversation in person.
Oh, shit.
I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
They know.
Her comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow Scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But I'm trying to help you.
Last word to Miranda. Man, fuck that sim shit. Break. Break.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Good
Time
for
to hit
you.
the road.
Look at you,
You've
Diaz.
forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Oh. Oh.
Set to stun.
Oh.
You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
You already broke his arm.
Problem
What more do you
solved.
want to
Argue
do?
on the way.
I want to
You're on the
eliminate
same
them.
side.
And I did that for you.
You two forget you're on the same side? Come on! Now let's move it.
Boy, Diaz. Started a boy, and now he's a man.